Hi, my name is Matt, and I want to show you a model of how plates move on Earth. So I have here a container of water, and it's sitting on 3 styrofoam cups just so it's propped up above the table. And I put a few small styrofoam pieces, and I'll point them out here, there, and there's some here. And this water has just been sitting out on the table, so it's about the same temperature as the room. And you can see that the styrofoam pieces really aren't moving very much, if at all. Not very interesting, right? Well, let's see how, if we think of these styrofoam pieces as plates, how they could move like they do on the surface of Earth. Well, we know that the inside of Earth is really hot. So I've got some hot water here. And I'm going to pour it into a cup and put this cup of almost boiling hot water underneath this tray of water, like that. And I'm going to move these styrofoam pieces that we're calling plates so that they're near where that water is. And in a few minutes, we should be able to see them moving. Well, it's been about a minute or two since I put this hot water underneath the side of the tray. And you can see some of the styrofoam pieces are starting to move a little bit more than they did before. And what this shows is what scientists call a convection current. Now, the water isn't just moving on the surface, it's also moving in the middle also, but it's a little bit harder to see. So we'll have to try something else to see that. But this shows one way that plates could move on the surface of Earth. Okay, now I said that it's sometimes more difficult to see the inside of a convection current. So I set this same tray of water up, but only now I have a small container of very cold water. So there's an ice cube in here, so I know that water is about the same temperature as ice, or about 32 degrees. And I put some blue food coloring in it, so it's a blue ice cube and some blue cold water. And I still have my container of hot water, so I'm going to pour some very hot water into a cup, and I'm going to put it at the opposite end of the tray from the cold water. Now watch what happens as I poke a very small hole in the bottom of this container of cold water. Now there, can you see? There's a stream of blue-colored water running straight down from the cup down to the bottom of the container. At the same time, I'm going to put a drop of red food coloring on the top surface of this tray on the other end, above the hot water. And let's watch what happens after I do that. Wow, can you see that? Pretty quickly it looks like the red food coloring is moving from the hot end of the tray over to where the cold water is. It's also a little harder to see, but it's actually moving up away from the container of hot water on this side and then across the top of the water in the middle. And look at that. Can you still see the cold water, the blue-colored cold water, coming down out of this cup?